I was accepted to dental school in 1991, which brought a whole new set of challenges. School loans that I didn't really think about doing because we'd always paid for everything else before. Staying up all night to study, very little sleep. Planning a private practice. I wanted to go into practice by myself, build my own building. So after I graduated in '94, I went and bought a piece of property and started going to banks to show them my proposal for my dental office that I had drawn and planned out, and I was turned down by 7 banks. I'm not really sure why. I owed $50,000 in school loans and didn't have a job. Finally, the 8th bank accepted me. We built the building. First day, had 6 patients, collected $800, and I was excited. 3 months later, found out I was pregnant. 9 months after that, had my first child, took off 1 week because I had employees to pay. But I was determined I was going to do this. And so we bought 60 acres, built our first house. 2 years after that, I was pregnant with my second child. Only took off 2 weeks for her. Most of my continuing education was based in the cosmetic area, and that's what I wanted to focus on. And at that time, it was perfect. Things were growing, and we actually built our dream home. Practice was great. I mean, it continued to grow, I guess, in spite of me. By my 8th year of practice, I had actually accomplished every goal that I'd ever set out to do. By my 11th year of practice, I was completely debt-free, except for our dream home mortgage, which we were working on that really quickly. Being young and accomplishing everything I'd set out to do, I was set. You know, I was ready to just lay back and take it easy, I guess. Family, practice, and life. It was just all good. Things outside were changing without me even realizing it. I was fee-for-service, and all the other dentists in town besides one signed contracts with insurance companies and became PPO. My patients began to leave. It became significant. Patients were talking about fear of the 2008 presidential election, about the decline of the economy. I began to see foreclosure signs, for sale signs, people going out of business. The road to my office began to look just dead. I guess they just ate everything the media fed them. Each year there was significant decline in our collections, and day after day I drive up, the parking lot was empty. I got down to 2 days of patients a day from 4. Bills were piling up. I had actually cut my income by 50% just to keep my employees at work. Chris is a teacher, so go figure that out. The only good thing that we saw was we had committed to 30% of our income to giving back to God, and He miraculously provided for that. I just began paying attention too late. I didn't know what I didn't know. On the outside, I appeared strong and full of faith, but on the inside, I was sinking. I was fighting depression by getting involved in ministry, chasing God for answers. My accomplished dreams were fading fast. It was bad, and I still can't believe I let it happen. 16 years of private practice, desperate for work, so I had to start seeking other options. Something inside me told me to call Dr. Stephanie Teichmiller. She was 30 minutes north of me, a fee-for-service practice, and I'd heard that her practice was thriving. She agreed to meet with me. I poured out my heart to her, and she was so kind, and I came up with the courage to ask her to help me find a job. And she leaned over the table and looked me confidently in the eye, and she said, "Carmen, you do not need a job. You need to take the 5-star challenge." Put on your seatbelts, we're going for a ride. 180 seconds around Jay's world. February 2011, 5-star challenge. Gold membership. Jay CDs every morning. Tracking begins. March, first in-office training with Vanessa for phone training. It's all about new patients. Getting certified. 2010 had only 1 new patient exam per month. So our baseline was 3, goal 8. Phone incentives in place. Immediate results. 10 new patients the first month. Fresh excitement at the office. March collections up to 21,000 from January low of only 12,000. We were in recovery mode. April, extreme practice makeover workshop. First live encounter with Jay Geier. I wrote down every word he said. Jay is brutally honest, and I needed that. He is so much like my pastor. I recognized the biblical principles that he was applying to business, and suddenly I was ready. When he shared his testimony of having a second chance at life, I saw his passion, and I knew I was in the right hands. Jay was teaching the two-economy system to stay in the bubble. We all agreed there was nowhere for me to go but up. But the next 2 months saw a decline. April 27th, massive tornadoes destroyed much of my county. Chuck with Stony Brook newsletters helped me plan around the routes that were gone. May, another rainy day with no patients. Faxed a letter to join Jay's Platinum Coaching Group. Jenna called me from her car and said yes. She saw my numbers and said that's exactly why I needed to get fully engaged with Jay's program. She was so confident for me. I chose to trust her. More workshops and trainings. Began creating a team. Kelly, Pam, and Carrie, all 5-star certified. CDs of Jay each morning and every weekend. My kids now call Jay Uncle Jay. June, second on-site training with Deanna. New patient experience. Redecorating began. More workshops to work less, make more. Colby training. Human capital, space and equipment. Marketing, getting debt-free. Growing net worth. July, first Stony Brook newsletter hits. 19 new patients. August, exit strategy workshop. Registered for 5X, investing in my business. I had to break free from the bondage of fear and just do it. I had lost what God had given me, and I had to take it back. I trusted Jay, and I knew he would see me through. I was doing everything I could, and it was working. October, in only 7 months, I moved from gold to platinum to 5X. New patients increased from 1 to 4 to 27 per month. November, financial freedom weekend. I needed spouse fully engaged. December, began the U. Human capital problem erupts. Jay tells me I'm in a crisis and to hire immediately. Thus, Jay's hiring process begins. 2011 year showed a net gain of $47,000 in only 10 months in the same economy. Jay had taught me not to compare myself to other clients, but to focus on my progress. February 2012, 1-year anniversary with Scheduling Institute. 3rd on-site training, ABC with Jessica. Continued increase. March production hit $40,000. Now 4 full days of patients. What a story of radical recovery in only 12 months. Jay, I am so thankful to you. You saved my business and changed my life forever. You believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself. And you taught me how to dream bigger dreams than I ever knew was possible and gave me the tools to accomplish them. And I thank you so much for that.
I finally found the strength so I can